again, everybody. The next car that you've selected to view on ClassicMuscleCars.com is another new arrival. Now, this is a 1970 CUDA 346-pack custom modified show car. It's close to stock, but it's not stock, and I'm going to talk about some of those issues. But before I do, I want to make a couple announcements here. Last week, we started doing Rate This Burnout. This is what we're going to do on this one. We're going to rate this burnout. We had two cars last week we did. Jeremy was what, 72?
The 72 Mustang Grande 351.
Custom modified show car with a 351 race motor in it. Yes, no, right?
Yep.
And we also did, after that, 87 Buick Grand National stock, a stalker. And it was hellacious burnout. Well, I'm going to tell you the results of that burnout contest from last week. Grand National won it hands down. All the responses that we got through phone calls and emails gave that car an average of 8.5 on the scale of 1 to 10 for rating the burnout. So the car did a great job, and now this week what we're going to do with this car is we're going to rate this car against the Buick Grand National. So watch the video, give us a rating, folks, and then the following week we'll come back out and we will announce the winner between the two from this week. The 70 CUDA 346 pack versus the stock 87 Buick Grand National. Now also, another announcement that I want to make. October 7th, is that right, Jeremy?
October 7th.
7th. That's not Saturday, that's Friday. You need a calendar, Mr. Jeremy. At 10:30 here in Chicago, we're doing a Comcast network broadcast of a new series that's a 13-week show that we're doing. It's called Classic Muscle Cars TV. So instead of just seeing us on the internet, you're going to see us on televised broadcast here in Chicago. And Jeremy's going to take that, reproduce it, and you will be able to see each one of those episodes on the internet. Correct, Jeremy?
Got it.
Okay. Now, let's get back to this car. Let's talk about this car real quick. And I want to say hi to somebody in Waukesha. Hey, Waukesha. Now, 1970 CUDA 346 pack. This is an H code car, which stands for 340. That's the way this car was built. 340 automatic car. Now it's got a 6-pack on it. It has a shaker hood. This is the aftermarket shaker, but it looks awesome on the car. Looks like the real thing, but it's not. It's the reproduction, but it looks really cool. This has got a built torque flight trans reverse manual valve body. Now you're going, Tony, what is that? What that is that it is a manual valve body that you have to shift number one, but the pattern's reverse. So instead of going 1, 2, 3 into drive, you start on a drive, which is first, and go first, second, and third. Reverse manual valve body pattern. Also in the back end, the gears in it, 430 gears, Positrack, with a 4-wheel disc brake. So the car will stop on a dime and it has front disc brakes. Now, this car is lemon twist, black interior, beautiful condition. It has a full set of custom wheels on it. But there's things that I want to do that I can take this car from the awesome look that it has, and I will make it an incredible car that will just absolutely flip everyone else out anywhere when they see this car. Now, some of those things that I want to mention that makes me happy is I want to take the grille on this car, which is black now. That's not correct. And this is the way that they did this car to get this look, but I'm changing it to more of a stock appearance. And I'm going to paint it argent. Argent is the color of the shaker, if you see it up here. The grille's going to be that way. Also down here, the side gills, the rocker panels that are on here, the trim, which we call side gills. That's where you get the CUDA from. Okay, that's going to be argent too. That's the way it should be. Now, on the back of the car, it has no wing. It has a great look because it has a great rake and it has a good set of wheels and tires on it that really fills out the wheel wells. It gives it that muscle car look. Now, we're going to go with a wing in the back, and we're also going to put a set of window louvers on it. So that look on this car is going to be absolutely incredible. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take this car and we're going to light it up. We're going to do a burnout so that you can rate it this week. You need to give out a call on this car at 847-526-5950. It's going to go out Monday morning. It's going to take us a couple of weeks to get the parts, and it should only take us a couple of weeks to get through with what we need to do. So again, give out a call, 847-526-5950. The CUDAs, the E-bodies, are the most popular cars in the market for collector cars and muscle cars today. This car is just absolutely awesome. So let's see what it's going to do. Right, Jeremy?
Light them up, Tony.
Rate this burnout. Jeremy, that was a lot of fun. That's why I like to show up for work. I don't like pushing paperwork in the office. That's a part of the job that I absolutely despise and I hate it. But you know what? This makes it worthwhile to be able to come out here and have fun like this. Now, I want to tell everybody, don't try to do this at home, okay? This is something that takes years of practice to learn how to do, and it's something that is not safe. If you can look down here, Jeremy, and show them the pavement, show them the track line for the burnout with the rubber. You see how the car started to get away from me? If I didn't know what I was doing, I might have put this car into the one car that was over here in the parking lot, okay? So this is not an easy thing to do, and it's not something that you should do around streets, around kids. It's something that should be done at the strip. Absolutely. We do it here in our parking lot, but we make sure that the situation is safe, and I've been doing it for a long time, so I know what to do. But yet there's still things that come up that happens even to somebody like myself who has been doing this for a long time that can still have problems with doing a burnout. You really have to be careful. Now, I want to emphasize something else too. We're not out here just beating the daylights out of our cars. We've had some comments with some people, but 90% of the people understand it. If you're looking for a muscle car and you're going to buy a muscle car, that's what these cars were all about in the day that they ruled the streets from the 60s to the early 70s. Street racing, cars that were fast, cars that were capable of doing a burnout like this. Now let me tell you something. If you don't have top quality mechanical cars, mechanically, engine, trans, rear end, you can't do what I just did. This car is in that kind of condition. That's the kind of car you want to go out and buy. That's the kind of cars that we sell here. So it may look to some of you who don't know about muscle cars or about classic muscle cars that we're doing something that we shouldn't be doing, but these cars were built for that purpose and that purpose only is what I do and what I bring them out here to show you that they're capable of doing. So again, I just want to re-emphasize that fact. If you have a good car that's been done completely mechanically, engine, trans, and rear end, this is what they will do. If you have a car that can't do that and it's supposed to have a high perf motor in it, then obviously it's got some issues. So we're always going to tell you the straight of it. We always have. Give Ed a call again on this car at 847-526-5950. I want to let you know today too, we had a real strong wind last week. The wind was calm and it was blowing out toward the road. This week it's blowing out this way, so it was really tough because this car's got some big meat on it in order to get those tires heated up to let it smoke. But we got it, we did it, it was excellent. Rate this burnout, give us a rating, and next week we'll tell you what the results were.
Here we are at the tail end of our test track, and you can see the big wide track that I'm on here now, which is from the big meat that was on the back of the CUDA. And you look here, it starts skewing off to the left, heading towards the building there. And there were other cars parked there at that point in time, but he had a fight to keep it under control. So it's not something you take lightly. Anyway, let's get back to the CUDA. And like Tony said, this is fresh into our shop here. It's going out for detailing, and the other changes he was talking about, changing the grill, putting the ground effects on, etc. But right now, it's still looking great. We'll look under the hood, take a look inside, etc. There's the gills down there. Car's mighty straight. There's the hockey stripe. And down here, the results of the burnout. Those are some pretty wide tires. And we got the same effect over here as well. Poor Alexa, she's got to clean that stuff. Just a fine looking car. Alright, let's pop the hood. And under the hood, the shaker. This is a fiberglass hood. Let's see if we can get down there and see the three deuces. It's kind of dark in there. Probably not going to be able to see that very well. Let's try this. Oh, it's got the standard 6-pack air cleaner underneath. Nice MST ignition. Fuel regulator with pressure gauge. Yeah, maybe you can see a little more of it there. At least you can see the fuel distribution going up to the carbs. Let's check out the inside. Looking in the back. It's clean. It still smells like burnout. Big time. I don't know if you caught it there, but smoke was just rolling out of the car as well. Just nice and clean back there. Door panels are very good. Dash is excellent. Console's in great shape. Standard shifter. And here we've got oil pressure, voltmeter, and water temperature. And someone threw a Jensen cassette in dash there. Clock. The original factory gauges. Here we have a nice Autometer Sport Comp tack in silver with the shift light. The original tack, and it's showing 98 miles on the odometer. Don't know if it's flipped over. It's just saying 98 right now. Or 97.9 on the trip odometer. Close enough. And we can go look in the trunk. There we go. And inside. Well, it looks like the floor mat has already been rolled up. Just a little cleaning. Got some speakers in the back deck. Not bad. It just needs a little bit of cleaning. Soft seal looks awful soft. Looks pretty fresh actually. And that's it for now. Next time you see this car, it's going to have the louvers back here. It's going to have the spoiler on the trunk. And whatever else Tony said he was going to be doing to this. 1970 340 CUDA 6-pack automatic.
Is a nice driving car. This is strictly a driver. This is not a car that we're going to put through our process of